Welcome to episode 8 of the Vyral Marketing Show. In this episode, we're going to answer the question, how to recruit better real estate agents for your team if you're a real estate professional. As well as I'm going to go through my 20 questions I ask every time I write a sales letter to craft a perfect sales message that I'm going to share with you. And welcome back to the Vyral Marketing Show. Our show is designed specifically for you, our clients, entrepreneurs, business owners, independent professionals who want to attract customers and clients, and actually in this case today, salespeople and real estate agents, with education-based content, helping people with videos and podcasts and articles. And like I said, here at Vyral, we like video because that's how people can really get to know you through a video camera. And today we're going to get right into the show by asking our very first question. Like I said, I led into it, so I know what it is. But Ian, let's hear your question for the show today.
Hey Frank, Ian Lobas here, Keller Williams in Towson, Maryland, just outside of Baltimore. And so my question is, I'm looking to grow my team. You know, we've got a pretty sizable team now, a couple agents, and I'm looking to really expand this team in 2017. So I'm wondering, you know, where do you go? How do you attract great quality agents to actually attract them to you so that they're interested in finding out more about your organization or wanting to work with you or whatever it might be. So where are you going, you know, both online to your allied resources, to clients and past clients and database, you know, that mix, as well as how are you attracting agents into your business?
All right, Ian, thank you so much for your question. This is actually a very common question. When you get to a certain point in your business, in this case, Ian, for your real estate business, you may need to hire salespeople or you may need to hire other people so you can help more people. And Ian has built an incredible business out in Baltimore selling residential real estate, and he's looking to hire top real estate professionals to come work for him. And the question is, how do you go about doing that?
Yeah, and I think one of the things too, Frank, is as you get along, you start to realize that you can't just hire anybody. That it has to be the right people. And he's probably gone through that process a little bit of hiring some of the wrong people, and now he's
I hear it, Ian, I hear it in your question. How do I get top quality real estate agents?
Right.
And I'm going to share with you the top 5 things that I've learned talking to top real estate professionals trying to find talent for you here today. But just so you know, thank you for submitting a question. And we have a $25 gift card coming your way because we chose your question on the show. And if you two watching this, someone else has a question, feel free to submit it. And if we answer it, $25 gift card your way. All right, so here's the top 5 things I would do actually in order if you're looking to hire top talent for your real estate team. Now, a team is a little bit different than the brokerage. For those of you in real estate, you know the difference. But this is for someone that works directly for Ian on his team.
On his team,
okay?
Yeah, correct.
So the very first thing I would do is I would go to the MLS, or I would try to find a list of existing agents that have been in the business for under 2 years. So they kind of already got their license. They know they want to sell real estate, but they're probably struggling, as most real estate agents are in the first 2 years of business. If they've been in the business for more than 2 years, they may be doing their own thing, maybe I would say jaded in some way, who knows what it is, but they're kind of set in their ways, right? So you're looking for real estate agents, let's say under 2 years in the business, ideally less time if you possibly can. So find that list and get that list. There's usually some way, some company that might be able to sell it to you or pull it from the MLS. The second thing, I know it's not the most sexy thing when it comes to content or internet marketing, but you just got to call them up. I mean, what's nice about recruiting real estate agents is the contact information is pretty public.
Yeah.
And you can Google someone's name and there's the phone number, and likely if someone's not doing much business, they'll answer your phone call, right? So you just want to call them to meet. Just reach out to them and say something like this: hey, this is Ian. I sell X number of homes here. And you may have heard of me or not, but I just want to let you know that we'll probably end up doing a transaction someday, and where you're representing the buyer, maybe I'm representing the seller. And I would like to meet with you and just get to know you. And honestly, we're doing some pretty cool things here when it comes to lead generation, lead conversion, bringing in business. Like I said, we sold X number of homes. I just want to share those things with you because I think it can help you in your business. Would you like to get together for lunch or coffee or something?
Yeah.
And the reality is, a lot of people are going to say yes to that.
Especially if they're like in the range, Frank, which, if you're in your first couple of years, if you're in the range where you've only sold maybe like 5 to 10 homes, 15 homes, you're in this position where you could be motivated and you could be good at doing it, but you're not getting enough leads. You don't have the structure or the systems in place to help you excel. So that's the type of person that would be definitely willing and motivated, especially if you're someone like Ian that has built a really good business so far.
Yeah. So Ian, we could do all this marketing to generate leads, but the reality is you can just buy the names anyway and just call them, which you're going to have to do anyway if you got their name and they submitted it. You have to call them. So honestly, at this point, you just call those people out directly. And then here, which leads us to our third point, is when you meet with them one-on-one, show them your leads. Leads are the currency of real estate for recruiting. Just open up the back end of your lead generation system, show them your CRM that has all your contacts and say, hey, look, push the laptop there. I have all of these buyers. I have all of these leads coming in from all of my systems. I don't have time to call them all. I don't have time to work them all. Will you help me and I'll pay you?
Yeah.
And I guarantee that agent on the other, you're talking to them, their eyes are going to light up and say leads, right? Like that's the currency of recruiting, especially for teams, not so much for brokerages, right? So I would show them the leads. And that's about 80% of the reason why someone's going to come work for you. The other 20% is going to be your leadership style, your culture, your people, your systems. But let's be honest, 80% of why someone joins a team is because you're going to take over a lot of the risk of lead generation where they don't have to deal with it, because that's the number one challenge for anyone that's probably in business for a year or two. All right. So show them the lead, step number 3. Now I'm going to give you another step. The next probably best thing you could show someone besides here's the leads you can call when you work here is your sales meetings. When you get your team together and you do a sales meeting, it was maybe once a week or however often you do your routine meetings, those are one of the best things you can recruit to, because like I said, 80% of its leads and the other 20% is leadership and culture, which is really defined by your sales meetings. So I'd recommend you invite someone after a one-on-one meeting to sit in on one of your sales meetings.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to necessarily sit on the meeting, check this out. Livestream just put out these cool little Mevo cameras. They're about maybe $300 or $400. These are Livestream cameras. And what you could do is you actually set this up on a microphone stand in your office, and this will live stream right to Facebook. So you can actually invite everybody on Facebook and everyone that knows you to your sales meetings just from this little device. You know, you're teaching some type of concepts or whatever they are. Just make sure, by the way, that if you use this and you get this and you put it on a microphone stand so you broadcast live to Facebook, make sure you get a wireless microphone so you're mic'd up, because the audio isn't very good on this. We recommend the Rode Link. That's exactly what we're using right now, the Rode Link, all right? But one more little thing. This won't plug right into the iPad, which you need to use with this. You have to get one of these little adapters. It's called a TRS to TRRS, where it has the extra rings here to actually go into an iPod or an iPad. But if you get that little setup, you can actually broadcast your live meetings. And that's a really cool way to help with your recruiting. So that's some of the best recruiting content I would recommend, is broadcast your live sales meetings. And then finally, the 5th thing, I would recommend you execute the Vyral Marketing Plan of the 2 educational videos a month. For like a recruiting blog or a coaching and training blog. So when you're out meeting with agents, maybe you spend the first 2 hours every morning making your calls to offer like an appointment, and you go meet with people. Maybe you're setting, 3, 4, 5 appointments a week. You're meeting with lots of people to try to find talent. You're going to need some way to stay in touch with all those agents, to educate them and show them the leadership and the expertise you're going to provide them on your team. And I just recommend you sit down once a month, record 2 educational videos, and email them out. Exactly what you do for your core plan for buyers and sellers with real estate tips. So I recommend some type of training and coaching blog to stay in touch with everyone. So let's recap this. Get a list of agents under 2 years in the business, call them to meet, show them the leads. Right? Invite them to a sales meeting, or start broadcasting your sales meetings on Facebook Live using, let's say, the Mevo. And then finally, I'd recommend you execute we call it internally recruiting blog. It's really more of a real estate coaching and training blog where you provide business coaching videos to real estate agents. Start publishing those videos out to everyone you meet. And I guarantee if you put all 5 of those in place, you're going to have one heck of a selection for top quality talent to come work for you on your team. So thanks, Ian. So this leads us to the second part of the show, where I actually want to share the questions.
I'm excited about this part, Frank.
This is actually a very good part. This is one you're going to want to slow down and pay attention to this questionnaire. I'm literally going to go through the entire questionnaire that we use when we have to craft a sales presentation or a sales message, a sales letter, a sales video. We have to write the script. And what's so powerful about this is for you too, Ian. When you sit one-on-one with somebody, you're going to probably meet with them for an hour. You're going to show them the leads, but you're going to have a conversation about what their needs are, what your solution is, what makes joining your team different than other people's teams. Why should someone come work for you, right? And you have to make that case. You have to make that persuasive argument. And there's an actual proven formula for making a persuasive argument, a sales video, a sales message, that not only, so you don't have to necessarily do it one-on-one, but you could write it on a piece of paper, you could put it on a web page, you can create a video, so now that message scales.
One-to-many.
One-to-many, as opposed to one-to-one with, meeting one-to-one with somebody.
Right.
So I'm going to walk you through the questions that you should ask yourself and answer all these questions, which will give you the foundation for an outline for an amazing persuasive message that you can deliver in a video, write as a sales letter. It can really be delivered in any media that you want. I would recommend the book that really taught me a lot about persuasive writing, specifically sales copy, is The Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy. Go check that out. It's been around for a very long time, 20, 25 years, different revisions. But it will teach you this problem, agitate, solve formula. And that's the formula we're going to go through today, is finding what the problem is. We're going to kind of agitate that problem, meaning what are the consequences if you don't solve that problem? Right. And then you're going to provide your solution with a call to action and a raise and act now. So let's go through the questions.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. We're going with all 20. So stick with me. And we'll make sure that they pop up here on the bottom of the screen as we go through that.
We'll have fun.
Yep. So, lots of fun. All right, so the very first question you want to ask yourself to create a persuasive argument is, who are you attempting to attract as a customer? That is by far of all questions the most important thing, of who are you selling to? Who is the person that has the need, has the money, has the means?
Your ideal customer, right?
Yep. Who's the person you're trying to attract? So write that out. Who are you attempting to attract as a customer? Who are you selling to? Number 2, where do you find your ideal customers? Can you buy a list? Do they congregate? Are they on social media? Do they congregate somewhere? Do they attend certain events? What do they buy? You really got to think about the type of person you're selling to. Where do you find these people, and
right.
Where do they congregate? So you can really get very specific of how you want to reach them.
How you target them.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Number 3 is, what pain or problem do they have? And this is a very important insight. Any type of sales, if you focus your sales message on problem, solve, or pain and solve, you can rarely go wrong. So we're leading right with the pain. So we know who we want, where they are. Now, what pain or problem do they have that you're looking to solve? You can actually write out all the pains and problems, but which ones are you looking to solve?
Yeah.
All right. Then, what facts or stats do you have about this pain or problem? So Scott, I understand you have this pain or problem, but in fact, you're not alone. A lot of other people have this pain or problem, and here's the stats to back it up.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely. Showing that it's a recurring thing, a theme almost in this type of business or whatever the situation is, the circumstance, that it's not.
Well, facts that share that the problem is real.
Yeah.
Right? How do your prospects try to solve this problem or pain now? So if someone has this problem or pain, what are they typically doing to try to go about solving it? And chances are your solution is superior, and we'll get to that. I love this one. What keeps your ideal customer up at 3 a.m.?
Frank, what keeps you up at 3 a.m.?
Lots of things, right? But, for any business owner, I'm sure you can relate watching this, when you're laying there at 3 a.m. and you're worried, what is that worry? What's that fear? What's that concern? And if you could answer that, you can craft a very persuasive message, all right? Here's the agitate. Ready for 7?
Yeah.
What happens to your ideal customer if this pain or problem goes unsolved?
Ooh, I feel it.
Yeah. So what that does is it takes it from emotion, it makes it more emotional.
Yeah,
so if you don't solve this problem, what would happen if it goes unsolved? All right. So steps 1 through 7 are basically, who are you selling to and what's the pain and problem? All right. Now we're going to move in a little bit to you and the solution. Number 8, here's where you come in. What credibility do you have to help solve this pain for the customer? And basically, what's your story?
What's your story, yeah.
So after you explain the plan, you say, well, hi, I'm Frank Klesitz, and here's my background, and so on and so forth. So what credibility do you have to help solve their pain, and what's their story? And then finally, 9, what's your solution? Here's my solution. You have this pain and problem, it's keeping you up at night. Here's my solution. Number 10, what makes your solution unique or different than everyone else?
Right.
And this is called the unique selling proposition. Google that, unique selling proposition. Domino's Pizza for a long time was hot, fresh pizza delivered to your home in 30 minutes or less guaranteed.
Right.
That's a pretty good USP, right?
Yeah.
Number 11, what are the specific features or deliverables of your solution? So if they give you money, what specifically are you going to do for them?
Right.
Like, what do they get?
This is the actual explanation of what the solution is.
Correct.
Yeah.
Number 12, what are the benefits of your solution? What are the benefits of the features and deliverables? What do they achieve? Like, for example,
ideally they fix and solve the pain that the client has, right?
Yeah, I like to use the analogy like, this car has powered windows. That's the feature. But the benefit is I live in San Diego and I get to drive by the beach and feel the ocean air, through the car as I drive.
Yeah.
That's the benefit. So what are the benefits of your solution, and what does the customer ultimately want? What's the end game when the pain is solved and your solution solves, the pain? What's the ultimate end game that person wants? What do they ultimately want? Number 13, what are the top 3 alternatives to your solution, and how are you different? So there's probably other competing solutions out there. What are they? And then how are you different than those 3 solutions? What makes your solution unique?
And this really comes down to feeling, right, at this point as well, and the sales.
Well, it's an emotional, for a lot of professional, in a professional service, there's lots of different attorneys and CPAs. Really what's going to make you unique is they get to work with you and they like you. And that's why the video comes in so much with professional selling or professional services. Number 14, what customer success stories can you share about these benefits can actually be achieved solving this problem? What proof?
The proof.
What proof do you have that your solution works? Number 15, finally, what is your offer? So you have your solution, this is what we do, this is how it works, but the offer is here's the price, here's how much it costs, here's what you have to actually give up to get the solution. Almost done. 16, what happens right after I take your offer?
Next steps.
So for most, usually if it's a simple service, you get the product. But for most people who's watching this, there's some type of onboarding process of what happens from an onboarding standpoint of when someone signs up or engages with you. Explain that out. So after I spend that money, I click that buy now button, I give you that check, what's next? Explain that. That's one of the most powerful closes that you can do to get someone to
It's super
buy.
important to really have setting the expectations of what's happening next. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Almost done. What is your guarantee? Got to have a guarantee. If they don't get the solution, how do they get their money back? Or, what's the guarantee? So you should have some answer for that, some type of risk reversal guarantee.
Yeah.
18, what is the customer's incentive to respond right now to the offer? Number 19, what are their most frequently asked questions? This would be in sales, their objections. What are every possible objection or concern? And this can go as long as it's needed. What's every possible objection or concern, area of concern that can come up, and we have to answer that. And then finally, number 20, the last one, is you want to make sure, is there any specific jargon or language that connects with your customer? Like for example, if I was selling to, pilots, private aviation pilots, there's probably some specific language or jargon I could use in here that would connect with that audience, as opposed to probably the language I would use I have no idea anything about that, right? So you would use that in here. I do know in real estate, which we run in real estate, GCI stands for gross commission income, but in business, that's called revenue.
Yeah.
Right? So you would use GCI as opposed to revenue, a little, for what it's worth. So that's it.
So that's a good example though.
Yep, that's a good example.
Yeah.
So if you need to create a persuasive message, sales letter, argument, whatever it may be, this is where it starts. And people talk about creating internet marketing campaigns with landing pages and Facebook ads and all this. When we sit down to create a real campaign, this is the 80% of the work of interviewing you, the business owner, and coming up with the message. Because honestly, everything after this is pretty much a copy and paste job on templates, and you can get great results. I mean, you can really mess up the landing page. You can really mess up the Facebook ads and everything else. But if this really hits home and you really hit a pain with a solution with this type of messaging, you'll get a lot of good results. So 80% of the work that we sit down and write a campaign is done like in Microsoft Word, writing this. And then it's pretty much easy to fill out the landing pages and everything else. So don't skip this. That's the most important part of crafting a marketing campaign. All right, so that's the show for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us on social media, #Vyral Marketing, email us. And if we answer it here on the show, $25 gift card your way. We are on iTunes, so you can subscribe on iTunes to get notified. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, it's all on there on our website. Feel free to follow the show. We really try to bring you the best marketing advice that you can use to grow your professional service and business. Like I said, most importantly for you, our clients that are watching this, so we can really round out the core Vyral Marketing Plan to get you the most results as possible. And if you're looking to get started with any type of video marketing, internet marketing, to grow your business, publishing videos, it all starts by going to our homepage of our website and downloading the official video marketing plan that we recommend of how to round up your database, your number one asset where it all starts, how to round up your database, reconnect with it, grow it, communicate with it, and work it for business. And that's the same marketing plan that all of our hundreds and hundreds of clients here at Vyral Marketing follow to get great results. And that's where I want you to start. So, thanks for watching the show today. I'll see you next time.
go psycho when my new joint hit. I go psycho when my new joint hit. I go psycho when my new joint hit.